Hero 1, of course, Puma was Season 1 and 2 champion. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was a pretty sick final. I remember I won $50 from Idra on that final. He said that Protos was going to win. I had faith in Puma. It was pretty awesome.
Puma is the man. That was back when his trademark 111 was still one of the most dominant builds in the scene. But he was actually in the process of transitioning away from that. He played some great StarCraft that weekend, I can remember.
It's not just back then, but I remember, man, I always remember watching Puma versus Hazups. Now, that's completely irrelevant to this series. But that was the first time when I really saw a Terran controlling Ghost in a way where I felt like, okay, so how exactly is Protoss going to have to engage his army? That was just fantastic. Since that day, Ben, I always got mad whenever people said that all that Puma could do was 1-on-1. Now, what people often say as well, Ben, is that all that Alive does in the NASL regular season is 11-11 gate.
11-11 Rex, Kev, and as it turns out, people's claims are not completely without warrant, as we do see the proxy Tyrax going down here on just off center in the middle of the map on Ohana. Of course, 11-11 Rax. I mean, what can we say about it that hasn't been said before? It's a strong cheese. It's the most aggressive Tyrax variation that exists. But Zergs have been dealing with it since the absolute release of StarCraft 2, since beta back in, well, I guess not back then, but because back then you could go barracks before Supply Depot. But it's been around forever, and good Zerg players like Rhett, have learned how to deal with it. Now he's getting the spawning pool on 16, which is
a little bit late.
Really flirting with danger. But Rhett should be able to recognize what's happening here.
You know why, man? Because Rhett laughs in the face of danger.
What?
That's a Warcraft 3 unit. Never mind. You don't get those jokes. You're not as a real nerd as I am.
There's a Warcraft 3 unit called Rhett?
No. There's a Warcraft 3 unit called the Bed Rider, and it always says, I laugh in the face of danger. Because you said he's flirting with danger.
He's also a Dota 2 guy.
Yes, but he's obviously originally a Warcraft 3 unit. Anyways, Ben, Alive is heading over to the natural of Red. Red is going to immediately do what you always tell people to do, Ben.
And that is overpull drones. You can't afford to underreact in situations like this, and Red is not going to make that mistake. Right now he's just trying to buy time for his spawning pool to finish, for his queens to come out. It's going to be a little bit of a dangerous dance here, as those Marines are going to try to keep themselves safe from these drones, which are going to nearly surround. Nice control there by Alive, as his SCVs are going to tank a lot of that damage, and that's actually fantastic for Alive, as he will kill some drones for free. Rhett's first lings are popping out, though, and if that spine crawler can go up, he should be pretty safe.
Yeah, wow. Actually, Alive pulled way more SCVs.
Speaking of overpulling workers, Alive has pulled out absolutely all of the stops, and Rhett might be in a little bit of trouble here. He did lose a lot of drones in that initial defense. His spine crawler is complete. No queens on the map just yet.
Alive still has a few workers at home as well, man. This is not everything. Red is going to pull the links and drones right now, but he's losing so much.
Oh, this is going to work. Kevin, Rhett has taken too much damage, and as that bunker becomes more and more close to completion, I think Alive is becoming closer and closer to certain victory. Single spine crawler cannot out-damage the rate at which those SCVs heal that bunker, so that bunker is going nowhere, Kev. You know where that bunker's going? Nowhere. That's what Andre and Dan always say.
Well, bunkers don't move anyway, so I guess. I would be very weird if that bunker suddenly decides to lift up and drop in, settle down in the main base of Red. But Red has a lot of links though, Ben. He might be able to pick up the SCV, and now he will be able to kill that bunker.
Yeah, but he also lost all of his lings. Is a huge deal, but like you said, the lings are gone. There's a ton of Marines here in the natural expansion of Red. 12 Marines against a Queen, 4 lings, and 7 drones. Almost an impossible defense here. Alive needs to be patient. Kill that hatchery and then do whatever the heck it is you want to do, Alive. Don't overcommit.
Alive still has so many SCVs in his main base right now. His economy is actually quite okay. With the mules from that, with the mule from that one orbital, picking up more and more links. This Queen is going to fall as well. And Red, well, all that he has left is 10 supply. He calls GG. Alive takes a very quick victory on Ohana.
Red said, G, that of course means goodness. That was a strong attack. And congratulations on your victory. Alive going up 1-0 in the series.
You know, Ben, what I can't help to feel is that everybody who has seen Alive play over the course of the last 2 seasons in the NASL knows that as long as it's not the playoffs, it seems like Alive just always falls back to these kind of threats. Certainly in TVZ, now I would say against Protoss he plays a little bit more standard, and his TVTs, well, they often they often are based on one-base play as well, but certainly in TVZ, almost every single game we saw him 2-rexing, and why wouldn't you drop that spawning pool 2 drones quicker?
Yeah, that's a good question, Kevin. But one thing I do want to point out is just the difference between a 2-racks from a good player and a 2-racks from a great player. It is a completely different kind of creature. And Alive really showed us a super powerful 11-11 racks there. So he does go up 1-0 over Red. The game brought to you guys by Epson Projectors, the #1 projector brand worldwide, offering a full line of bright projectors with brilliant image quality. If you want to pick up an Epson projector today, you can head over to Epson.com and order yours. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Red versus Alive Game 2 after this.